Welcome to the BERGS Bad Boy School of Dating, folks. Listen up, Rich, because this course is aimed at you, my friend. Actually, maybe you're not my friend, because I went and tried to type on your side chat, and you had the Bergie boy. You had the Emperor blocked. How can you block the Emperor, folks? How can the Emperor possibly be blocked? The bottom line is this. I've noticed a pattern with you, Rich. You fall in love with these women within the first 5 seconds of meeting them. You fall in love with these women within the first 5 seconds of meeting them, Salty Dog. You want to marry them within the first 5 minutes. Let me tell you something, folks. You got to play hard to get. And you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You meet a chick, you meet a broad. You say, hey, what's going on, baby? You don't give her any compliments. And the less you say, the better. Silence is golden. You want to remain a mystery, Monica, Salty Dog. You want the man to be a mysterious man. You don't want him to show you all his cards within the first 5 minutes of the date. You want a man with a poker face. You want a man with a stiff upper lip. And something else stiff down below. You know what I'm saying, sweethearts? Let's give me a woo and a 55 for that. The bottom line is this. You don't want to marry these women on the first date. I didn't take your wrench. When did I take your wrench? Oh, did I take your wrench? Because you never come around. If you don't come around for a week, your wrench is taken. All right, I just gave your wrench back. Those are the rules here, folks. I have a rotation. If you don't come around for a week, you're out of here. Well, I'm on here every night. If you don't come around, that means you don't want to be part of my crew. You don't want to be part of my Bergettes. You don't want to show me any love. I'm constantly pulling wrenches. Let me tell you something, folks. This is the BERGS Bad Boy School of Dating. First off, I don't think anybody should be dating right now during a pandemic. So let's just put that on the board right now. I don't think any strangers should be meeting any other strangers right now. Nope. Especially if you're at a high risk like the BERGS. Okay? Because I have type 2 diabetes and asthma. And I'm overweight. And I haven't had the vaccine yet because it's not available to me yet because I'm only 47. It's not my phase yet. So the bottom line is this. So first off, I don't think anybody should be dating right now. But the bottom line is this. And I'm talking to you, Rich. What is going on with you when you meeting these women? You meet these homeless women. You meet Anna Banana, Crazy Anna. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. You meet these homeless chicks, these bipolar schizophrenics, and you fell in love with her the love at first sight. You wanted to marry her that night. Same thing with the horse-faced, buck-toothed extortion rat, Molasses. You fell in love with her when she was inside your town and country, strumming her acoustic songs. And you wanted to date her and marry her. And last but not least, you fell in love with Lisa. Lisa, which I don't know how she let you stay there for 2 months and you didn't even hook up. I don't know. Did you get it in? Did you not get it in? Did you get it in? Did you not get it in? All you people are trolling and rolling fake bakes. We don't know anything, folks. Did you do it? Did you do the dirty deeds? Did you not do it? What's going on over here, folks? Monica, Tabasco, Mayhem, Goose, Salty Dog, Lydia. What's going on? Did they do it? Did they not do it? He was there for 2 months. 2 months. 2 months if the Bergs was living with a broad, I'd be doing it 2, 3, 4 times a day, baby. And now he's saying, oh, we tried to do it one time, but, it wouldn't fit in. So really, we didn't do it at all. And then she says, no, we didn't do it. And then 10 minutes later, oh, okay, you know what? Okay, what do you want to hear? Okay, yeah, we did it. We did it. That's the only reason, folks, why people were even watching Lisa. She had like 500 subs before Rich went up there. She's way over 1,000. They only watched the whole drama unfold because they were just wondering, because they were like, what was that TV show? What was that TV show with the real neat guy and the slob? Oscar and Felix. The Odd Couple. They were the Odd Couple, folks. They were the Odd Couple. You would never think that these two would be together. That's what made people go in there and watch. But I didn't in the beginning, but it got old after a while. They were the Odd Couple, folks. So the only reason why people were even watching in the first place is because they were thinking, are they doing it? Or are they not doing it? And if they are doing it, how come they're being so coy about it? How come they're being so shy about it? Because they were trolling and rolling us, folks. The Bergs doesn't like being trolled and rolled. So my dating advice for you, Johnston, Richie Britch, is my dating advice to you is this: don't date, because you don't know how to date. You first off need to learn how to date before you date, because you don't know how to date. You go out on, you don't even go out on dates. You just meet these women. You pick up these homeless women, or I don't know where you find them, and then you fall in love with them the first night, and you want to marry them. That's not dating. That's desperation. That's desperation. And when women see that you're a desperate man, First off, they lose respect for you. 1. 2, they're not attracted to you anymore. But, however, they will keep you around because they want your money. They want your rides to the store. Remember Lisa, she didn't hurt, her car was broken. So what did Rich do? He went to the store every day. I went every day. I got them a case of beer. I got her cigarettes. I bought foods. I went to Walmart's. See? So she kept him around. Kind of like the movie The Goonies. You ever seen the movie The Goonies? Remember the character Sloth? They kept him around in that freaking room, chained up. That's what Rich was like, Sloth. She kept him around. If you noticed, in the month and a half he was there, he was mostly in his own room. In the beginning, they would stream together, and then they were doing their own thing. So they were almost like roommates or something. I don't know. It was kind of weird. The bottom line is this. The BERGS bad boy school dating is this. First off, 1, never show them that you're into them. Okay? Don't show them your cards, especially the first date. Treat it like a business meeting or a business lunch. Don't let it drag on too long. You're in and out. How long is a lunch? An hour tops. I say don't even meet them for an hour. Meet them for coffee. Meet them for 15, 20 minutes, a half hour. Because why are you going to meet them at some restaurant or bar? And even though, women will say, oh, everything's equal, feminism. At the end of the day, a lot of men are simps and they're going to pay, right? So why are you going to bring them the first date to some place where you're going to drop $100? Bring them a Starbucks coffee. Throw a $5 mocha down her throat. Throw a $5 mocha down her throat. Hang out there. And then look at your phone and create something on your calendar or something, some kind of alarm, and say, oh, and have it beep. Oh, I'm having a great time. And even if she is pretty, you do it. If she's pretty or ugly. Oh, God, I wish I could stay longer, but I have another client I got to see. Have your phone make a sound or something, like after 30 minutes. God, I wish I could stay. I wish I could stick around, but I got to get back. I got to get back to the office. I got to go to another meeting. I got to go see another client. See what I'm saying? You don't just sit there for hours and hours on end on the first date like a puppy dog. Women don't want a man to be a puppy dog. They want a man to be a man. A caveman, like the BERGS, Lydia. They want a caveman, Monica. Slim Jim, Salty Dog, they want a caveman. They don't want a puppy dog. So have your phone go off after about 30 minutes, maybe an hour tops. Oh, I'd love to stick around, but you know what? I got that client I got to see down there in Seattle. You know, I gotta leave here. I gotta leave here within a couple, 5 minutes tops. I want to beat that rush hour traffic. You gotta date as many people as you can. They want that cheese whiz. Don't put your eggs in one basket, folks. Because if you're dating, that means you're dating. That means you're playing the field. That means you're not falling in love in the first 5 minutes. That means you're not proposing to her within the first 1 hour of your date. You're playing the field. Ideally, you want to get a bullpen. What does a bullpen mean? What's up, Buff Carrot? Haven't seen you in a while. A bullpen means in baseball, when after your starting pitcher goes out, you got a bullpen of pitchers, relief pitchers. So when you're dating, you have a bullpen of chicks. So you got 6 or 7 chicks, right? So you go down the list on your phone. You call number 1 up, chick number 1. And you never text. Never text a woman, folks. Don't get into the tick-tacking, tick-tack. Back and forth. No. Be deliberate, be straight, and to the point. So you call up prospect number 1. Treat it like a sales call. You have worked in sales, you go down a list. You have a list of prospects, companies. So you go to woman number 1. Click. How's it going? Yeah, this is the Bergs. This is the Emperor. How's it going? All right. Yeah, would you like to get together this evening? Yeah, for some drinks. 7:00 at the Hilton in downtown Seattle. Oh, you can't make it? Okay, that's okay. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, maybe another time. Okay, bye. Bam, just like that. Swipe left, swipe right, whatever. Go to prospect number 2. Dial the number. Yeah. This is your Emperor calling. Yeah, I was in your area here. Yeah, I'm right near you right now. What are you doing right now? Let's get together. Okay, 15 minutes. You know where the Blue Moon Bar is? On the corner of Roosevelt and 45th? Okay, yeah. I'll see you in about 15, 20 minutes. Okay, bye. That's what you do, folks. You go down the list. You don't put your eggs in one basket. All your eggs in one basket. And you don't keep on clicking, tick-tacking her number, and you never say this. You don't call a woman on a Tuesday, Goose, and say, hello, This is the Bergs. How about we meet this coming Saturday night? Yeah, I'm gonna pick you up. We're gonna go to a dinner and a movie. No. You're calling them up and you want to meet that night. You're not planning ahead, folks. You're not making reservations for an airplane flight or a restaurant. You're making it happen tonight. No, you have a bullpen so you don't put all your eggs in one basket, so you're not a simp. You don't know what a simp is? And then you just treat them like a sales call as a prospect. Because when you're dating, everyone's a prospect. You know what a prospect is? They haven't made the major league roster yet. They haven't been with the Bergs yet. They haven't been with the caveman. They haven't been to the big times of the major leagues yet. They're all prospects. They're in the minor leagues. They haven't graduated to the major leagues. You keep them on your 40-man roster. You go down the list. Then you slowly weed people out. They blow you off a couple, and you never want to chase them too many times. Call them one time. Leave a message. Shouldn't call you back. Delete her number, move on. Do not get in tic-tacking wars. Text message. Endless texts. How you doing? What's up? How was your day? No. You don't do any of that. You understand? And it becomes a battle of attrition. Dating is a war. It's a war. It's a battleground out there. And then you slowly weed out the competition. It's like a tennis tournament, right? You start in the first round, then you go to the second round, third round, fourth round, quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, and then you get the champion. But see, Rich, the Big Johnston, he wants to skip from the first round all the way to the finals. He doesn't want to go through the process of elimination. Because as soon as he meets you, doesn't matter who you are, he falls in love with you at first sight. Wants to marry you at first sight. Who's going to put it on the board, folks? You going to put it on the board? I'm not a simp. You out of your mind? Troy is a simp. Remember when you simped me? I never simped you. Yeah, salty dog. Yeah, she's taking notes. Yeah, good for you. The bottom line is this: Troy was in love with you. I was never into you. You're young enough to be my daughter. What are you talking about? You're out of your mind. You want to get your wrench pulled? Huh? I think you do. Keep it up. I never harass you in DMs. I'm not even DMs. I've never been friends with you on Facebook or Twitter. What are you talking about, DMs? Man, you know what? You're starting to piss me off. You lost your wrench. Let me give it back to Buff Carrot. Buff Carrot, you're back with a wrench. Lydia AF, you can go kick rocks. Because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You're just in here starting crap. Lydia AF is the same girl. Melinda Zach in the house. Lydia AF is the same girl who broke Black Metal Troy's heart like a million times. She's a troll. She's broken his heart a million times. And that's the bottom line. If she's talking about how I used to go on Troy's side chat and we would message each other back and forth or just talk to each other, yeah, but I've never talked to you outside of that. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. So where are you living now, Lydia? Huh? You back in Chicago? You down there in Atlanta? You're the simp. You went and moved all the way down to Atlanta to meet some guy and live with some guy you met off YouTube. You're the simp. I'm just trying to give Rich some advice on dating. He falls in love with every single woman he meets. If he met Salty Dog, he'd fall in love with her at first sight and want to marry her. If he met Melinda Zach, he'd fall in love at first sight and want to marry her. If he met Lydia, if he met any of you chicks, women like a man who's mysterious, who plays hard to get. Do not show all your cards on the first date. And keep the first date as brief as you can. You know why? Because you'll know if she's into you. Because if you're attracted to her, if you're an attractive guy like the Bergs, if you're a great-looking piece of meat like the Bergs, you know all the women are into you. So the bottom line is this. It really just depends if I'm into you. Okay? So the bottom line is this. If she's going to, have a hit and run kind of date. And that will be like she's craving for more of you because she barely got any of it. You understand? She barely even got to even meet you. It's going to leave her wanting more. You understand? As opposed to if you go out on a date and you have an appetizer, you have drinks, you have a main course, you have dessert, you have coffee, you're talking for 4 hours, telling each other your life story. No. You want to say as little as possible. Do not give these women all this information. Women love information. You want to talk as little as possible. Have her talk. See, that's why the Bergs. I know about dating. And also I know about techniques in dating. One is called the push-pull technique. The push-pull technique. The push-pull technique. The push-pull technique. What is the push-pull technique? You can Google it right now, and you can put it on the board. Polish princess, I know who you are. You're Lydia. You know what? You kept running that mouth, making stuff up. I didn't block you. I just took away your wrench. I didn't block you. You kept on talking smack. You are not blocked. What is the push-pull technique of dating, folks? You meet a woman. This was back in my days when I was more of a swinger, going down to the clubs down in downtown Seattle when I was in my 20s. I mean, back before I was even, this is back when I was 30. So you can see how good looking the Bergs was, huh? Clean cut, businessman type. So back when I was in my 20s, look even better than that. So you can put that on the board. So what's a push-pull technique? So you meet a woman and you push her away, but then you pull her in with a line. So you say to her something like this. You say, you walk up to a beautiful woman in a bar. And you say, hello, what's your name? Oh, okay. Your name is Jackie. It's really nice to meet you. I'm the Emperor. Jackie, let me tell you something. I think you're kind of cute, but you're just not my type. Okay, have a good one. You start walking away. She says, whoa, 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 whoa. Get back over here. Bam, you're in. Right there, you say, okay, check, please. Because you're pushing her away. You're push-pull. So you're pulling and then pushing her away. So you can be a push-pull or pull-push. So you're saying, you know what, Jackie? You are a beautiful woman, but you're just not my type. Have a good one. See ya. Whoa, 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 whoa. Because women aren't used to hearing that. Women aren't used to hearing that. They're used to hearing guys that they're just all over them like freaking mosquitoes at their every beck and call. You say to a woman, you know what? If I take you on a date, I might let you hold my hand. You know what you say to a woman? Another sarcastic kind of pickup line. You say, hey, I remember you. Yeah, I remember you. We met each other. Yeah. What's your name? Rebecca. Yeah. Becky. Yeah. I can't believe what your friends are talking about you on Facebook. You're not fat. You're not that fat at all. You look great. You gotta admit, the Bergs has some good lines, folks. You say to a woman, if you're a good girl and if you're nice, I might let you kiss me on my cheek at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? Give me a 55, folks, if you understand what I'm talking about. I used to know all these push-pull techniques. I even took a dating course back in the 90s. I had all sorts of books and pamphlets and stuff. I was good. I had the lines, man. I got them somewhere here in the garage. Anyone in here? Give me a 55, folks. Whiskey Tango. I don't even remember who that was. Is that your old boyfriend? Who gonna put it on the board, folks? Who gonna put it? Are you still with Whiskey Tango after all these years? See, you're simping hard. You're simping hard. You're still with Whiskey Tango after all these years? You're simping hard. No, Troy is a simp. Troy is a simp. He simped out for you hard, and you trolled him hard. I'll give you a wrench back there, Lydia, because you're an OG. But don't be mixing me up with your other boys. I'm old enough to be your father. Yashkamash. The bottom line is this. I'm talking to all you men out there. And I'm talking to you women also. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm primarily talking to the men, though. Johnny Watt. Johnny Watt, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo se llama? The bottom line is this. Now, there's many different styles of dating. Now, if you, like before the whole COVID and all this stuff, years ago, whatever, you're going to meet a woman who you met, who knows where, maybe online or whatever. You don't want to meet her for food and drinks, because the food is just going to soak up that alcohol. You want to meet a woman for drinks. So what you want to do, folks, is you want to let her go out on a date with Poindexter from the IT department. So you want Poindexter to take her out and pay for her meal and all that. And while she's out on the date with Poindexter, you know who she's texting? She's texting the Emperor, folks. She's texting me, Lydia. She's texting me, salty dog. And I'm saying to her, when's your date with this loser going to be over? So you can meet the winner. When are you going to be done with the chump so you can come meet the champ? And she'll say to me, yeah, I want to meet you at that neighborhood bar right by your apartment there, Bergs. Right by your penthouse apartment in about 30 minutes. And then you meet her at the bar there. She's already filled with food. She's already been satisfied in that way. So what do, folks? You don't meet her and drink a bunch of beer. You don't drink a bunch of beer. Women don't like beer. You go straight for the hard booze, just like Salty Dog likes it. Just like Sassy Dog. You know why, folks? Because liquor is quicker. Let me repeat myself. Liquor is quicker. And take it from the Bergs. Give your honey a couple shots of either Jägermeister or tequila, and then bam, right up to your penthouse. Because Jägermeister or tequila, for especially a woman who's very kind of small, that's basically what you're talking about there. That's liquid panty removal, folks. We got a situation happening here. But let me also tell you this. You don't want them to come over your place, folks. Because once a man has done their duties in the bedroom, has expelled all of his love juices, a man, a real man like the Bergs, a caveman, is not even interested in the woman anymore. Almost like you just want to get out of here. I want to go make a sandwich. I want to go make a bagel. And I want to watch SportsCenter and see how my Seattle Mariners did. Whereas the woman wants to cuddle and spoon. The emperor does not cuddle. The emperor does not spoon. So, in the best case scenario, Johnny Watt, let me give Johnny Watt a wrench. Let me give Goose a wrench. He's been around a long time. Let me give Goose a wrench. So in the best case scenario, you want to go to her place, folks. Because after she's gotten the Bergatron, if you know what I'm saying, after she's gone to the planet Bergatron and back, let me tell you, she gonna be hitting that pillow and she gonna be snoring, right? Now, why do you want some broad at your penthouse apartment in your king-size sleep number bed? Why do you want her passed out and snoring? Because that's gonna make me lose my night of sleep. No. So you want to go to her place and get the job done. And as soon as you're done and all cleaned up, then you go home to your place. You know what I'm saying? And you say, I'll see you when I see you, baby. And then the next day, you go on your phone and you go to prospect number 3. And all this is all safe sex, folks. That is called the bad boy school of dating. You want to spread your seed. Spread your pheromones and your manliness around your communities. And weed out the competition until you finally find your perfect queen. You understand? What Rich wants to do, the first date, he wants to marry these women. So I hope he learned something from this lesson tonight. Who's going to put it on the board for the Bergs, folks? Who's going to light me up like a Christmas tree, folks? Who's going to light my fire? I was going to play the guitar. I would have already made some super chats tonight if I was playing the guitar. I think I gave men a lot of good advice tonight. Because let me tell you something, guys. Even though this was not aimed at women, this is exactly what women do. Women are pimping just like a lot of men are pimping. Women have way more of a bullpen than men do. You kidding me? Especially if you're a good-looking woman. You got, back in the old days, you have a little black book. You don't need a black book anymore. You need an iPhone or a whatever, Galaxy. The bottom line is this. Women have more of a bullpen than men do. But I'm trying to help out men here. Tequila makes underwear removal easier. The bottom line is this. If you're gonna go, if you're gonna meet a chick, $9.99, are you kidding me, man? GoDaddy.com, coming back in here, baby. GoDaddy.com, there's your wrench. I didn't know if you told me you didn't like the Bergs anymore. Rest in peace. Princess J. I was married for 3 years, 2.5 years. I don't date like that anymore. But I'm saying if you're going to date, because Rich is so dead set on dating, he falls in love with these women, and GoDaddy.com knows exactly what I'm talking about. He falls in love with these girls within the first 5 minutes. He wants to marry them within the first hour. Back in the 90s, when I was working at Microsoft, I had a buddy. His name was Vince. Not Vince McMahon, but Vince. And he was like a really good looking, like really clean, like he was just, because I used to go out with him. I used to go to bars with him. And just women, he was a ladies' man. He was just natural. And then ladies' man. And then he told me about this guy down in Bellevue, Washington, Kirkland, down on the east side, who like taught dating courses from his house or apartment. And he taught a bunch of guys how to score, Light it up, baby. Ben Fournier in the house. The bottom line is this. You don't want to go, you want to score when you're younger. I'm 47, almost 48. Some people say I look 68. The bottom line is this. Put a 55 on the board. Light me up like a Christmas tree, baby. Let's give me a woo. The bottom line is this. When you're younger, you have the energy and stamina. Oh, Ben Fournier with $20. Let's put him on the board, baby. When you're younger, you have that stamina to go out on the dates on the weekends. Everyone knows I'm with Salty Dog, folks, even though we haven't met in a long time. We have met 2 times. We haven't met in a long time. The bottom line is this. Don't forget to send me your address so I can send your shirts to you. I have a Seattle, Washington shirt. Okay. Well, GoDaddy.com. Just go to my About page. Go to my About page and type and go to my email and email me. The bottom line is this. When you're a younger guy in your 20s out here, there's a very competitive dating scene in the late 90s. Okay? And you wanted to get that extra edge, just like a pro athlete, just like a baseball player wants to get that edge. Football player, that's why they take steroids. So this was just giving us a little bit of a mental edge, because when you go out to the bars back in the day or the clubs, and I never liked the clubs, because they were always too loud and too smoky. Because I got asthma, I can't handle all that smoke. The bottom line is this. You wanted to have that edge. Because it's not that you need a pickup line, but you need something. You don't want to just walk, you don't want to just walk up and say hi. Now, I could say that because I'm a good-looking guy. Okay? Like I said, this is what I looked like when I was 30 years old, folks. Okay? So, as you see, that's when I was 30 years old. Look, I look like a businessman. I was a businessman, a business professional. So, imagine what I look like in my 20s. So, I was clean shaven, dark hair, smiling, profiling, shaved, clean shaven, wearing a nice shirt. So the Bergs never had any problems with women. But the bottom line is this, Slim Jim. Everyone needs a little edge. Everyone needs a little machismo. Right? I always had an edge over the average man because I was always better looking than the average person in there. And you talking about 6 feet tall. You talking about back in the day, 175 pounds. Now you talking about 176 pounds. So the bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. And my hair's all over the place, folks. My hair is all over the place. You talking about a mop. You talking about a mop. Hair 55, folks. You talking about a mop, folks. You talking about a mop. You talking about pandemic quarantine hair here, folks. You talking about a man who hasn't cut his own hair, who hasn't. I buzzed myself back on May the 8th, 2020. It's been 10 months since I cut my hair, huh? It's been 10 months, baby. You got to put the water in there, huh? Like I've been playing ice hockey. The bottom line is this. You got to have that wet look going there, huh? Like Antonio Banderas, huh? Huh? Antonio. The bottom line is this, baby. That picture was from a long time ago. And the bottom line is this. I don't have. That's from 20 years. That's from 2004. The bottom line is this. I know I'm old. I'll be 48 on July 25th if I make it that far. Because people are dropping like flies, folks. But the bottom line is this. I got the hair. I got the face. I got the mouthpiece. I got the rig. I got the jack. I got the jack. I got the mouthpiece. I got the rig. No, that was water. That was water, folks. I have a full head of hair, man. I got a full head of hair. Are you kidding me? I got so much hair, I don't know what to do with it. I got to cut this off, man. I got no bald spots. I'm on elbow. I mean, I'm freaking. It's just too much to deal with. Let me tell you something, folks. Let me tell you something, girls. Because you're talking about the Burgatron. That's why I got to wear my beanie cap. Because it keeps everything contained. You're looking at a fleece jacket that's 10 years old. Why do you think everything's all white here, huh? And the Bergs will be giving himself a Bergs buzz cut within the next month when it starts getting too hot. That's why you see the Bergs wearing the Mariner beanie cap, because it keeps everything nice and tight. And then I lick my little thumbs there. And then I tuck it behind my ears. And then I'm good to go. You see? Because the bottom line is this. If I don't have my skull cap on, folks, the hair is all over the place. Well, I can play Freebird. I can play all that, but I have to fire up. See, I do the guitar over the phone. It doesn't come out very well over the. So you got a guy like GoDaddy.com, folks. GoDaddy.com is a married man, but he's also a DJ, a.k.a. Disco Donnie from back in the 80s. So I don't know how long he's been married, but I'm sure he's gotten his share of poon, if you know what I'm saying. Because Disco Donnie, when you are Miss Stang in the house with the snakes and the reptiles, Miss Stang coming back. Miss Stang was a Bergette, the snake woman. How about people become members of my channel again? Do you know I used to have around 50 members join on the join button? You know how many I have left now, folks? 7. Isn't that pathetic? The Bergie Boy, your emperor of the world, used to have around 45 to 50 people who joined. I have 7 left. Can you believe that? Yeah, where is Jill? Where is Jill? I think she's texting me right now. Well, you know, Jill doesn't really drink anymore. And when Jill, there's no way Rich Life has 700 members. Can I have your number? See, she's saying that just to mess with Jill, because she knows Jill's watching. No, nobody can have my number. Bottom line is this. Jill is sensitive and controlling, and she thinks that Lydia and I have something going on. I've never spoke to Lydia one time, ever. She's young enough to be my daughter. Lydia, keep it up, and you're going to get the royal boot. Keep it up, and you're going to get the royal boot again. See, that's why you'd always get booted from Troy's. That's why you'd always get booted from Troy's. You are a troublemaker. You'll always be a troublemaker. You catfished Troy. You trolled him. You'd send pizzas to his house. And I don't know if you were behind it, but quite possibly you could have been behind that situation when he got fired from Domino's. Were you behind that? Were you part of that coup de grace? Were you part of that? Yeah, I remember the whole pizza thing. You were involved in that. He borrowed $40 from me last week for food and alcohol. Really? I didn't know that. I don't know. I don't know Troy's number. He hasn't even been going live lately. What I heard was last year, right before this whole pandemic happened, I heard, and tell me if I'm wrong, I heard that in like January of 2020, Black Metal Troy was fired from Domino's Pizza after working there for like 5 years. Because I guess a couple weeks earlier, He was drunk out of his mind, and he said the N-word with the hard G, the hard R, E-R. He said that like several times. Okay. And the trolls contacted the Domino's corporate office and they had him fired. Then the corporate office contacted Troy's Domino's franchise. And then the manager, the owner there said, Troy, we love having you here, but it's either your ass or my ass. Either I fire you or I'm getting the boot. So he got fired. Now, is that true? Is that true, or is that just a rumor? Did he get fired because of that reason? No, but did he get fired because of that reason? If that's even true, Domino's might have been tired of him coming in and smelling like alcohol. He's probably lying about trolls getting him fired, but either way, has a way better government job. Really? He has a government job? What's he doing now? If he has a government job, why is he asking you for $40? How could a guy like him, who's a serious alcoholic, I mean, I drink also, but this guy is bad. How could he have a what do you mean a government job? Traffic. What do you mean? You mean he stands there and holds the sign? Whoa. Is he one of these guys who stands there and holds the sign that says stop and then go? Wait. A traffic job? I don't know exactly. He won't say a Department of Traffic. How could he get a job looking the way he does with the crazy beard and the crazy hair? His face is always red. He's always hungover. There's no way. No, he would have to clean himself up. What are you talking about? He would. No, he's not working for the government. In his shape, what are you talking about? I don't know. Laugh out loud. I don't want to know. I don't want to be blamed for anything. Traffic job is state. So you're saying that he works there holding a sign that says, stop and then like go or whatever, or yield. So he's a flagger. He works as a flagger. Hold on. Do not put down Domino's. I worked as a Domino's driver for 3 summers in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, in the summer of 1990, 1991, and 1992, baby. You can put that on the board. When I was 17, 18, and 19 years old, when I lived in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. But the bottom line is this. That was a resort area. I grew up in northern New Jersey. And when I was 16, we moved down to Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, because my dad retired when he was 60. My dad's 91, folks, and he's still putting it on the board. The bottom line is this. My dad had enough of working in New York City, and they gave him a big buyout. The bottom line is this. And we had been vacationing in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina for 10 years prior to that. And they just wanted to get out of New Jersey. And I wish they had stayed because they should have stayed, but it's up to them. The bottom line is this. I had a nice 1991 Honda Civic hatchback, 4-speed manual about 40 miles per gallon. I lived down there, and I knew the whole area. We lived in Sea Pines Plantation, Harbor Town. I worked that whole area down there, and I made so don't be putting down dominoes. I made a lot of money, baby. I made a lot of money, Miss Thang. I made a lot of money back then. I mean, you're talking about the money I made back then. In the early 90s, working for 3-4 months out of the summertime, I'd make 100, anywhere on the low end from 100 to $200 a night in cash tips, plus $5 an hour. Yeah, I would. This is because people are rich there and they're on vacation. You go and deliver a $12 pizza and they give you a $20 bill and they say keep the change. That's $8 tip for you. And every time you go back to your base, you have like all those hot bags. Remember the hot bags? I would be walking back out to my car like this with freaking 6 fucking hot bags. And I didn't have a cell phone back then, no GPS. I had memory, GPS, it's in my brain. I knew where everything was. If I couldn't find it, I had a freaking, atlas or something, or, made a lot of money. So don't be putting down the white Tupac. Oh, let me give you a wrench. Let me give Miss Thang a wrench, man. Miss Thang is old school. Let me give Miss Thang a wrench. Woo, Miss Thang, put it on the board, baby. The bottom line is this. I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money driving for Domino's Pizza. I mean, a lot of money. A lot. Let me tell you something. This was back in the days you could make a lot of money, folks. Swear to God. I wasn't fat back then. I was 165 pounds. Okay, and I was young, energetic. I wasn't this big fool you see here now. Okay, I was a young, and I lived there on the island. So I was a local. So I would deliver pizzas, right, in the summertime. Well, a few years there, I worked all year round because I was still in high school. But the best tips were from Labor Day, or from Memorial Day to Labor Day. So you're looking at June, July, August, September. So 4 months, May, throw in May there too. So maybe 5 months, right? You can put that on the board. I mean, the bottom line is this. I was like, it was the greatest job ever. Looking back on my life, that was the greatest time of my life. I didn't even have a cell phone. I would just drive around, smoking some joints. Yeah, back then the Bergs used to blaze. Yep. I've always had asthma since I was a kid, but back in my late teens, it wasn't as bad. It's gotten bad over the years. So I'd be blazing with some coworkers, and then go back to the base, get like freaking 5-6 hot bags, put it in my 1991 Honda Civic hatchback. I'd have the sign on there. You get paid extra when that sign's on there. And I would go and then drop off 3 or 4 pizzas, and there'd be like a bunch of rich kids down there for like a week or 2 on vacation, and their parents would be out or whatever, or they'd be college kids renting like a little condo. And they would look at me in the Bergs. I'm wearing my Domino's hat. I'm young, 17, 18, 19 years old. Hey, come on in. I would go in there, I'd bring the pizzas. They'd throw me like a $20 tip. They say, hey, you want a beer? I say, sure. Okay? And they freaking bring me over the keg, do an upside down keg stand, right? You want a bong hit? Sure. Right? It was a party, folks. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I hooked up with so many women just from being a Domino's pizza delivery driver. Okay? A lot. And a lot of times I would go there and deliver pizzas. I was a good-looking kid. I was a good-looking kid, okay? And they would say, because these girls would, and I was almost like a celebrity, I don't know, because I would walk in with my Domino's pizza hat, my uniform. I was like in a man in uniform or whatever. And these women, I was like 18, they were like 19, 20. And because I was a local. When you're a local in Hilton Head and they're a tourist, a local, you're treated like a celebrity. Okay? And they would like slip me their phone numbers. They would say, oh yeah, we're going to be here for another week. Give me a call, or, what time are you off at? Come over after work. And sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. And then I would tell them, I might call them the next day. I would tell them about a party because, we'd have a bunch of house parties or on the boats. I had a bunch of friends who had boats. So we had boat parties. I mean, that was a time of my life, man. Those were the best days of my life. I was making great money. And yeah, occasionally you'd go and deliver a pizza to you're like 18 or 19, and there's like a woman who's like a MILF, whose husband, because Hilton Head, what's Hilton Head Island known for, folks? Tennis and golf, mostly golf. So their husband, they're bored, the women, they're going down to the pool, they're getting a suntan, they're going down to the beach, they're going to the spa, right? So they would, I would deliver the pizza, and because they would know me after a while, sometimes they would actually request me. I didn't go by the BERGS back then, People in New Jersey knew me as the BERGS. The bottom line is this. I'd show up, and sometimes they would just be wearing a robe. Just everything just out, man. Everything just kind of like half out. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, man. New Jersey is a shithole. You getting your wrench removed right now, and you can put it on the board. New Jersey is not a shithole. Dan Druff in the house. Kylie Minogue. Princess J of the IE. Check out my Teespring shop, baby. She called New Jersey a shithole. Slim Jim. I was the pool boy. Man, let me tell you, I made a lot of money back then. The Garden State Super Cereal. Let's put that on the board, huh? Who's going to light the Bergs up? Who's going to put it on the board, huh? Who's going to put me on the board? You ain't going to call New Jersey an S-hole and keep your wrench. It ain't going to happen, folks. That's what Lydia does. See? She's a troublemaker. She's a troll. And you know what? I'm not going to deal with it. Now, if she wants to make up for that, she needs to put it on the board. She needs to light me up. But you're not going to call my home state. where I have several family members who still living there. You ain't gonna call my home state, which is the Garden State, baby. What we did have, I will say this, what we did have, me and this one other driver at Domino's, we had walkie-talkies, which had a range of like a couple miles. So that was kind of fun. Let me tell you something. Is Miss Stang still in here? Is the Snake Lady still in here? Because I remember down in Hilton Head, South Carolina one time, because my parents, when we first moved back down there in '89, they rented a house for a year and then they built their dream house. And while the dream house was being built, it wasn't a mansion or anything, a nice house. When it was being built, I went over there to take a look at it, hang out with some friends, you know. The bottom line is this. I went on the side of the house and I took a leak. Okay, Miss Sang, well, maybe you could tell me what kind of snake this was. I'm talking about Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. So you're talking about South Carolina, deep in the south, the southernmost southern point of South Carolina. So I was taking a leak on the side of the house. I would go there with some friends, you know, we'd drink some beers as the house was being built. You know how you just, as guys, you know, taking a leak. All of a sudden, look down, and there's this huge snake. I don't pee on him, but he goes like a foot away from my pee. I guess it was a black snake. It must have been about 8 feet long. Would that be a black snake? Kylie Minogue, you're so handsome. Is that a black snake? What is a black snake?
According to Wikipedia, Pantherophis obsoletus, also known as the western rat snake, black rat snake, pilot black snake, or simply black snake, is a non-venomous species of colubridae found in central...
Wait. No. Is that a black snake? It was black. Black swamp snake or black. No. It wasn't a black rattlesnake. This was a non-venomous snake, Miss Thang. This was a non-venomous snake. Because I remember asking one of my friends down there, and he said no, that's a non-venomous snake, and he said those are very good for your yard because they eat a bunch of rodents and rats and stuff. But it was pretty, I'll be honest, I mean, not many people are into snakes like you are, Miss Thang. I mean, we all know you're a very beautiful woman and all that, and a nice woman, but most people are not into snakes like you are. A black swamp snake. Well, hold on a second. Let me look that up. Is it like this? It's called the Eastern Indigo snake. See that? Kind of look like that. See it? Eastern indigo snake is a species of a large non-venomous snake. The species is native to eastern United States. And I'm looking at the territory that it covers here. And if you look at the territory that it covers, okay, you look at the territory that it covers, it's down there in Florida. That's Florida. And it goes up to Georgia. Wait. Georgia and Alabama. Okay, so, right? So that's Florida. That's Alabama. That's Georgia. And then, one second. If you really look at it, right there, that's the tip. Kylie Minogue with 99, baby. Let's give her a woo. Right there. That's where Hilton Head Island is. Right like there. I mean, can't see my finger. You can't see my finger? Right there. Who's Kylie Minogue? You a troll? You real? What's up, baby? Let's give her a woo. Wait. I don't think it's called a black snake. Hold on a second. I think it's called something else, Miss Stang, Hazel. I think it's called something else. Is it a brown snake? It's not a brown snake. I'm telling you, it freaked me out. Okay, I'm just a boy from New Jersey. I'm a boy from Bergatron, the planet Bergatron. We don't have snakes on Bergatron. I was raised in New Jersey. If anything, we'd have like those little green snakes or little garter snakes. And I was down there in Hilton Head, and we had everything down there, folks. We had alligators. We had iguanas, lizards, everything, snakes, rattlesnakes, everything, man. But, a guy is out there. You got to take a leak. You're taking a leak. And I'm taking a leak. And this big snake just goes by me. I was like, God damn. That's a big snake, man. Black. I talked to a friend. What the hell was the word for it? It wasn't called a black snake. It was called something else. Come on. Help me out here. Give me a woo. It wasn't called a black snake. It was called... It was called a... Come on, Hazel Reptiles. You're the freaking snake lady. You know what it's called. It's not a black snake. Okay, Liddy, I'll give you a wrench again. But you better apologize for saying New Jersey sucks. You better apologize right now. Remember, my mother is half Polish, and she speaks fluent Polish. A hognose? No, it wasn't a hognose. God, what? You know what? Let me ask my phone. What species of snakes live in South Carolina? Okay, hold on. We're getting okay. This is what I should have done. There's a lot. Copperhead, a timber rattlesnake, a pygmy rattlesnake, a cottonmouth, an eastern diamondback rattlesnake, a corn snake, eastern coral snake, a black racer, a rat snake. I think it might have been a rat snake, a rough green snake, a king snake, scarlet snake, eastern brown snake, scarlet king, decays, brown snake, rattlesnake. Okay. I think it might have been a rat snake. Let's sing it. Let's take a look at a rat snake. Sing it. I don't think it was a rat snake, though. Yeah, there's some, you don't want to get bit by a cottonmouth, man. Rat snakes are members along with king. I think it was a king snake. No, it was a no. It wasn't a king snake. Wait. It wasn't a corn snake. Wait. As with all snakes, they can be defensive, but bites are not serious to humans. Hold on a second. Let's take a look at it. No, it wasn't It wasn't a rat snake, folks. This is really messing me up. I'm sorry. No. New Jersey is a beautiful state. It's the Garden State. A black king snake. I think you're right. New Jersey's a beautiful state. Cottonmouths cottonmouths will mess you up. And the water moccasins. Hold on a second. What are the most venomous snakes in America? Copperhead, rattlesnake, cottonmouth, eastern diamondback, western diamondback. Yeah. Viper, coral. New Jersey's a beautiful state. You don't know what you're talking about. See, Lydia, you know what you need to do, Lydia? You need to stop hanging around Whiskey Tango or whatever, and you need to get yourself an RV and you need to go travel. And I'll tell you where to go in New Jersey, and then you're going to say to yourself, wow, New Jersey's a beautiful state. Now, there's obviously some areas that are total shitholes. Okay? But you can say that about any place. Especially when you have a state which is as small as New Jersey and you got 9 million people all in there. So the bottom line is this. So what are we talking about here, folks? We're talking about snakes. See, I grew up in New Jersey. A lot of bees in New Jersey. A lot of skunks. A lot of raccoons. Oh, growing up in New Jersey, my father had the toughest job because we had all of, 6 kids, right? So we had a lot of garbage cans out there, about 4 garbage cans. My father would put the freaking things around them and whatever, the freaking bungee cords on it. And every day, it seemed like every day those goddamn garbage cans would be toppled over and picked through because New Jersey, especially northern New Jersey where we're from, you want to put it on the board, folks? You talking about a lot of raccoons, folks. Okay? Out here, I don't see as many raccoons. But let me tell you something, folks. Because I like to go for walks late at night around my area. And last summer, I was walking. I like to walk and listen to Eddie Trunk. Eddie Trunk is a New Jersey-based, New York-based rock and roll interview guy. And I listen to interviews. Eddie Trunk's interviewing somebody. And I walk, and I'm walking with my phone. I'm walking up. I got my pedometer, taking all my steps, right? And I walk up there, over there, and I go, and I got my flashlight thing on, my flashlight feature. So my flashlight, right? I'm like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? It was a big ass raccoon, man. It must have been a bitch. It was a mama raccoon. And all of her little raccoon pups were following her ass. And I was only like 20 feet away, man. And you don't want to mess with raccoons, folks. This came out of nowhere. We've lived in this complex since 1992. Now, granted, the BERGS has not lived there the entire time. For 3 years, I moved back to New Jersey from 2002 to 2005. When I got married, Okay, my ex-wife and I moved out to Ohio from 2006 2008. But for pretty much the entire time I've been out here. And I was just walking around. When you're walking, you're walking. You're walking, you're not thinking. You're just walking. I got my flashlight on. I'm listening to Eddie Trunk, Van Halen, Sammy Hagar, whatever. I was like, what the fuck is that? The fuck is that, man? It was a big old fucking raccoon, like the size of a freaking mountain lion. A bunch of her little, and you know how women or mamas are. They're protective. And I said, oh shit. I back up. So the first thing I did, I turned off that flashlight. I backed up and I got back to my driveway. Let me tell you something. See, in years past, I'd always walk with a stick. Where's my staff? See, here's my staff of wood. Oh, wait. Where's my staff of rock? Where's my staff at? Where's my staff at? Anyway, for years, I had a big stick. I'm 6 feet tall, so it was about up to here. A nice, strong piece of Douglas fir, evergreen wood, which I stripped, and then I wood stained it, and I drilled a hole through it, and I put a little rope in there so I have a little handle. And this thing, and I lacquered it 3 times. Not 2, but 3. I got it somewhere, dude. It's somewhere around here. Bottom line is this. You always want to have something. Because you never know what's going to run out of. I live in Washington State. There's woods around everywhere. There's mountain lions. There's bears. Do you know how many cats around here get killed every year? For instance, I have a neighbor right across the street, Ingrid. When they moved here like freaking 7 years ago, 8 years ago, they had 3 cats. Okay? Within like 5 years of them living here, they were all outdoor cats. 2 of their cats miraculously disappeared. They didn't disappear like Shazam, like a freaking magician. They disappeared. They got eaten like McDonald's by mountain lions. Or sorry, not by mountain lions, by coyotes. A lot of coyotes around here, folks. And some of these coyotes can be kind of big. And let me tell you something. Even though the BERGS is the big guy, I don't want to be left without at least a big staff. Because you put a bunch of lacquer on that evergreen wood. Because evergreen wood is strong. And I'm a strong guy, folks. I once, just for fun, tried to break. I go, I couldn't even do it. And I'm a strong guy. Put that lacquer on there. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, folks. Yeah, Bigfoot. You want some Randy Macho Man Savage, huh? I'll give it to you, huh? Let me tell you something, Hogan. Let me tell you something, Hogan. Let me tell you something, Hogan. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Let me tell you something, Tito Santana. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Lydia AF. Let me tell you something, Lydia. Let me tell you something, Lydia. Let me tell you something, Lydia. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The bottom line is this, folks. Because when you're walking around, and I have my big loop, and all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is that? I got to deal with Mother Nature now? Because you know what? Just like a woman, a human being is protective of her kids. Well, let me tell you who's something even more protective is a wild animal. And there was a freaking, obviously a female raccoon with a bunch of her little cubs or whatever, raccoonettes. And let me tell you, I almost walked right up. I almost walked right in their line of sight. And the last thing you want to do is get scratched or attacked by a raccoon, because most raccoons carry rabies. And let me tell you something, folks, and you can put it on the board. I had a friend who was attacked by a skunk or a raccoon. Not attacked by scratched. And just for precautionary reasons, they did get those rabies shots. And I guess they're like long needles, man. They like put it in there, man. They put it on the board. I mean, not like little needles when you get a little flu shot. We're talking about big needles. They're putting it on the board, baby. Bam! Just like that. Bam! Just like fucking 10 shots or something. They're putting it on the board big time. So the bottom line is this. Wow. That was a real wake-up call for the Bergs. And then I started to say to myself, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be walking late at night. But I should be walking more, you know. Because I used to walk a lot. You know. But I don't know why you're saying there, Lydia. See, Lydia, you have no clue. Because you're a young girl. You're what, 25? What are you now, Lydia? What are you? 20, 29, 30? What are you? What are you, 28, 29, 30? I mean, Troy is 34, 35. You got to be about 30, right? What are you, Lydia? Let's put it on the board. What are you, Lydia? About 28, 29? Oh my God, you're fucking out of your mind. I wanted you to meet my mother. You're fucking out of your mind, dude. She's just trolling and rolling, man. Remember when you wanted your mom to call me on the phone so she could talk in Polish? You're out of your mind. My mom can't even speak Polish anymore. She spoke Polish when she was a little girl back in the fucking 1950s. You're out of your mind. Back in the 40s and 50s with her fucking grandmother. She could hardly speak it anymore. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. She's fucking out of her mind, dude. But I would say this, though. If there was someone here who could speak Polish, my mother probably would eventually be able to pick it up. But my mother hasn't spoken Polish in probably over 40 years. So I don't know. Maybe she's lost it. You don't use it, you lose it. You don't use it, you lose it. So I don't know. But my mother told me when she was a little girl, my mother is half Polish and half Italian. Okay. So she was fluent when she was a kid in English, Italian, and Polish. Okay, because she would mostly speak to her grandmother or grandparents in Polish or Italian or English. I think it was mostly the Polish side, though. Maybe she wasn't that fluent in Italian. She speak a little bit. My mother, not that she was fluent in Polish, she could understand it. She could understand and speak back a little bit. But my mother's an old lady, man. You know, just stop with your shit. Oh, see, you know what? Look what she's doing. Look what she's doing. You wanted me to meet your mom. You know what? You're out of your fucking mind, dude. You're out of your mind. You are a troll, Lydia. You're a fucking troll. You're a troll. You're a troll. And you're a troublemaker. I never fucking said that. Why do you keep trying to make trouble? Trying to make you fucking meet. Oh my God, are you out of your fucking mind? You're talking about 4 years ago. I was fucking kidding around about Amazon stocks. Oh my God. Talk about someone living in the fucking past, man. You're out of your fucking mind. Well, you know what? You're the fucking human. You know what? You're the human losing your fucking wrench is what you are. You're the human fucking getting timed out fucking cunt. That's just what you are. Because you know what? Because you're a troublemaker. You're a fucking troublemaker. And that's all you are. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, I don't even know what I ate for dinner last night. You're talking about things like fucking from 4 years ago. I never once said to you, will you call my mother and speak in Polish? You fucking out of your mind. She's like fucking 28, 29 years old. I mean, you know what? You're a troublemaker. That's what you are. You're a troublemaker, and that's just what you are. So the bottom line is this. Let's get back to Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, folks. So that kind of freaked me out when I was taking a piss. And there was this big ass black snake. And I don't know, it was a freaking rat snake. I don't know snakes, man. That freaked me out. You know, you're either into snakes or you're not. I mean, most people are not into snakes. I hate to say it there, Miss Thang. I mean, everybody likes Hazel Reptile. Everyone thinks Hazel Reptile is a nice woman. She's a beautiful woman. But the majority of people are not into snakes. I hate to break it to you. That's not us saying that we think you're a freak or something. That's just us saying we're not into snakes. Now, that's just, the God's honest truth. You know? um, I like a lot of animals. I'm more of a dog person. I'm allergic to cats. I'm more of a dog guy. But I do think cats can be kind of funny and kind of cute. We had a cat across the street here for years named Makiba. Makiba, the miracle cat. And Makiba, I'd be out there, especially in the summertime, doing yard work, walking around, doing stuff. This cat would follow me around. It's like my little mascot, like my little follow me around like a little dog or something, And very loyal to me. And then I would stop sometimes. I would say, stop it. And then she would flip over on her fucking belly, want me to rub her belly. But I'm allergic to cats because I got bad asthma, bad allergies. So I take like a little stick or something. I would scratch her belly. But she was like a dog. Makiba was like a dog, unfortunately, that was born in a cat's body. She'd follow me around everywhere. I'd go walk around. I would mow the lawn, and she'd hang out on the lawn, and I'd be freaking pushing the lawnmower, and she'd be literally in my sight. If I went 2 or 3 feet more, Makiba's all over, guts everywhere. So she would purposely plop down in front of me, and then I would say, "Come on, Makiba, out." And then I wasn't going to run over her, obviously, but she'd always jump out of the way. So she was like very playful and almost like a dog, like she was like a cat/dog. So I really did love Makiba. That's the only cat in my life that I really loved. Not that I hate cats. I do not hate cats, folks. It's just that I'm allergic to cats. I got asthma, I got allergies, and I can't help it. And you're born with it. Okay? So, but Makiba would follow me everywhere. I'd walk around the property, follow me. I'd walk up to the mailbox. Because in my area here, in this particular subdivision, we don't have our mailbox right in front of the house. It's up there like a half a block away with a bunch of other mailboxes. She'd follow me to get the mail. She'd follow me back. I mean, she was a fucking stalker, man. She's stalking my ass. I had to put out a no contact order on this bitch. I said, Makiba, get the fuck out of here, baby. All right, with that being said, the Bergs out.